What it do? What it do? Coming live from Paris, France. This is another weekly dose of the EME podcast, baby. Woo.
What it do?
Hey.
Hey, way to bring us in, bro. You always doing a good job.
Hey, sir, you know what we do, man? We come in with the hot topics. We come in with the issues that affect Little Rock and the international world. We bring in the things that you guys want to know about, what you want to learn about, and we're here to teach you. And like Caleb said, we're here to preach to you too, Jack.
Sir.
Yeah. I like to introduce my guys again, because some of y'all might be just tuning in for the first time on the EME podcast this week. I want y'all to introduce yourself, please, from left to right.
You don't even know which one to left.
You is the left, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm Turner, man. EME all day, man. Y'all know what it is with me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm the young Caleb Glacier, man. King Glacier on the book. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
King Caleb.
Whoa.
And Paul Chapman with the Restore Hope.
Nope. EME.
With the EME.
That's the homie Paul, man. You and I be the Mack and Caleb.
Am I in now?
I'm the dude from Paris, France, representing for my guys at EME,
That's
Little
the
Rock,
beginning of it.
Arkansas.
I'm not real sure I want to be a part of a group that would have me.
Nah, that we
Right.
weird, man. We let in some weird people into our group. I don't know why.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
But
got
sometimes introducing different people into a group makes the group better. What y'all think about that?
I think it's 100% with this one.
Yeah.
Hey, you right about. Hey, Paul. Sometimes you're not right, but this time you right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Man,
Man.
you know every day. Every day, bro.
Turner is the man. Caleb is the young genius. Paul is the fingerprints and the
He the
manipulator
scientist.
and the puppeteer, and I'm just the voice. I'm just the voice. I'm just the loud dude that be talking all the time. That's just me.
Mean as hell.
Hey, I'm not mean. I'm getting better, man. I'm nice sometimes. I'm
Right.
nice. I'm nice. So we got
Yes,
got
you are.
different
We all
topics.
have our mean days.
Hey,
Man,
Caleb, tell him, Caleb. Sometimes you just don't want
We
to be
deserve to
messed
have
with,
our
man.
mean days, and we got gang 1-on-1.
Even nature.
That's what I'm talking
Sometimes,
about.
look, sometimes the sun is shining and sometimes it be a storm, but it's going to be beautiful again. It's a part of nature. It's
Part
how you
of
handle
nature,
it.
man.
How you handle it.
We've been a long way.
Man, we've been along. We came a
I'm proud
long
of
way
all
too,
three of
y'all.
us.
Yep. Now it's 3. Now it is 3. So now, man, we're gonna start talking about something that's very historical, a historical fact in Little Rock, Arkansas. And this topic is like, it put us on the map kind of like in the whole world, because back in 93, 94, this is what everybody was talking about Little Rock, Arkansas, is what? Gangs, man. Gangs, man. But like I like to call them the new I don't think a gang is a good word sometimes, because gang can be a negative connotation to things that, okay, there's a lot of things that could be called gang if we want to be honest. See, gangs have a negative word to say a group of people or family members or a society of people that come together. This what Webster said, because I did some research about gangs, and Webster said that a gang is a group or society of associates, friends, or members of a family with defined leadership and internal organization that identifies with or claims territory in a community and engages either individually or collectively in illegal or possibly violent behavior.
It's Webster.
That's what Webster said.
All games ain't illegal.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to
My
break it down,
question,
Turk. All gangs are illegal, but that's what the dictionary gives a definition of gang. What's the definition of gangs to you, Turk McDirt?
For me,
Yep.
man,
You heard my dirt.
Man, it's a whole bunch of things with gang. To me, it's just community. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, man, I first got in the gang. I was young. I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? Just not jumping out the porch. But I first looked at it though. I looked at it as just like family, man. A bunch of cliques, man. It wasn't no game. It was just my
Right.
friends. It was my
Yep.
neighbors. It was my friends. You know what I'm saying? It was the person around the corner on the next block. You know what I mean? It was my uncle. You know what I mean?
So what was
Yep.
kind of the motivation? So I've got, I've not been in the gang. I've got all kinds of questions. Of course, I grew up here in Little Rock.
Right.
I graduated high school and kind of moved out in late '80s, and a lot of the gang activity kind of erupted after that.
Right.
When was banging in the Rock? Banging
It was
in
93,
93.
93, 94.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
93, 94.
And y'all
93,
and y'all two were, I mean, y'all were in the middle of it at that
Yeah.
time. And Caleb, you came
young.
I was a
about
little
10
baby.
years after.
Yeah.
Like
I was a baby too, though. I was probably 8 years, about 10. You know what I'm saying?
You were how
9,
old
10.
when you joined gang?
About 9, 10. Now, I've been in the game from forever because my family was always clicked up like everybody in my neighborhood always hung in groups.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. You know what I mean?
So how did that, when y'all were on the streets in the 90s, how did that, what was the motivation to join the gang? You were talking about it a little bit. It's
just the motivation was just a bunch of guys, man, sticking together, man, just holding each other down, protecting our territory, friends
protecting it from
from
what?
people like you. Like, man, one day my grandma, we didn't have wash machines back then and stuff, so we had to hang our stuff on the line. So you got
I
people
remember that.
that'll come. Yeah, I had just got a brand new jersey. I'm talking about I done. I'm loving this jersey. I'm like, man, I done hustle, got my money up. I done got me a jersey, and I wasted some on it. So my grandma washed it and put it on the line. So some cats came and just jumped the fence and just took it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, who does that in my neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? But before they could get around the corner, we done hawk something down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, because they didn't know I was watching, because I'm already waiting to put it on. So, I kind of seen the kids like leaping over there and the thing. And I'm like, hey, they take off running. So, by me being in a crew or whatever, man, I was able to scream loud enough where people was on the block seeing me chasing, you know what I'm saying? And we was able to trap them in and get our stuff back. You know what I mean? So, it's a lot of reasons why gangs develop, to protect, you know what I'm saying? Keep people from breaking in your houses, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had a thing with breaking in houses back then. Like, you'll get your door kicked in. If they knock on the door, ain't nobody there, boom, you kicked in. So, if your neighbor got your back for real, if your person on the next block got your back for real, that'll cut down on some of the violence, you know what I'm saying? Cut down on some of the people kicking in our houses and some of the people committing crimes to us. What Webster tried to say, the people who committing the crimes, the real gang, because that's what I consider gang. Somebody doing stupid crimes, like them kind of people. You know what I mean? Not
Well,
no person.
I consider a gang similar
Like
to
us?
what Turtle said, because it was just a group of friends that was always together doing the same stuff. And then after a while, we started wearing the same clothes. We wanted to look alike. We wanted to let people know, hey, we together. Like you mess with him, you mess with me, and you know why? Because we look alike. And then it officially broke down to we were talking the same language, big and back being boo. We saying the same stuff, wearing the same hats, wearing the same. After a while, we were almost like twins, and we started calling each other brothers. That's why we and Turtle call each other brothers, because we grew up around each other forever. So we ate at each other's house, we hung out with each other. We went to the movie together. We were brothers, but not from another. We called it brothers from another mother. We hung around each other every day. Every day we hung around each other. So after a while, that's all we knew was each other. And the protection come in is like he said. I'm watching his back. He watching my back. If somebody fight him, you gotta fight me too, and you gotta fight 5 more of us too that wearing the same clothes too. So it's gonna happen like that. So that's what happened in the city. Cliques, it was different neighborhoods clicking up. It was different people from different neighborhoods, and that's where they got the word sets and groups and gangs, because people in the same area dressed and talked and sounded alike. So that's where the narration and the word gang come from. But it was for protection, it was for brotherhood, and it was for some people that had low self-esteem. So they needed to be around other people that look like them, talk like them. So it was also a mental thing. I'm around somebody. I'm confident now because I'm around somebody that look like me, talk like me, dress like me.
Caleb, was that true for you too? Because you're what, 10 years younger, a little more than that?
But when I joined the gang, you know, I didn't have from personal experience, when I became a Southside blood, you know, I didn't have a father growing up. All three of my brothers was in prison. One of my brothers I hadn't even met yet. And, you know, I went to the street. Like I say, we moved in the neighborhood. And I went in the hood for protection, you know. All the other guys, like I say, brothers at the end of the day. But yeah, we was the ones knocking on the door, kicking them in. But we was bad. We was doing all that type of stuff. But they were doing it, I was doing that. Them was my brothers. We weren't physically hurting. Well, we'll take that back. We doing a lot of things. But when I joined it, it wasn't for that reason. It was just like brothers. It's the neighborhood. They took me in. They seen I had heart, and they took me in as a brother. And we was all brothers. Some of my guys, we still brothers to this day. A lot of us still brothers to each other. It's like we got memories. We gonna laugh. We gonna talk. We all mature now. Grew up, but we can talk about all the stuff we did when we was children.
So is it a young man's game? I mean, is it?
I ain't gonna say it's a young man's game because man, when I was 8, 9 years old, games was already here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They was here about the older kids. It was an old man's game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the older people was doing. You know what I'm saying? But they had already been clicking up. They was using groups and people for missions, like for causes, for their agendas and purposes and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So we really don't know. And as a child, you just see your uncle hanging. Like, these people are already grown and selling drugs. Now they grown, so now they know about money. See, we ain't know about no money. Money wasn't it with us when we joined the game. I ain't joined no game for money. I joined it for the homies, man. That's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood. You know what I mean? This is my neighborhood. It was a thing to say Southside Peru. You know what I'm saying? It was. Where you from? I'm from Southside Peru. You know what I'm saying?
We were proud of that. We were proud of that, Turk.
You know what I'm
saying? Proud of claiming that. It was our pride. We love that.
Right.
And the history.
As young as I was, you know, we didn't have. I mean, it was big homies in the hood, but they weren't telling us no good. We just seen them. You know, they come chop it up to us. They getting money. They doing their thing. They doing grown folks stuff. So we trying to get money too, but we not doing it that way. We're breaking the house. We doing negative stuff. But at the end of the day, we was brothers though. We didn't have nobody really sitting us down talking to us, telling us all this stuff was wrong. I mean, they seen what we was doing. They was letting it go. They seen us breaking it. They was letting it happen. So, you know, we was all brothers though. We looked at it like we brothers. We just doing stuff.
It was like levels. Before you even see, we breaking the houses first before you get to selling drugs and all that stuff. You might start stealing or something, or breaking in houses. You know, you trying to show the drug boys that you down because they kind of a step ahead of us because they already know about paying bills and all that. They already know about going to the store, buying clothes and all that stuff. Like, we didn't know we was still dependent. You know what I mean? Right. When we jumped up off, at least when I jumped up out the port. You know what I'm saying? I was just looking at how the old cats was moving, you know what I mean? And I seen that they didn't like the police, you know what I'm saying? They didn't like to go to school, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at all the things that I ain't like. So I'm like, man, they ain't like it. I ain't like it. So let me see what they talk about. And then, like Caleb said, man, our mama at work, you know what I'm saying? Daddy in prison, you know what I'm saying? He ain't there. We don't know where he at. You know what I mean? So
we go to the street.
We go to the streets,
our
man.
brothers was. That's what people was.
Our grandpas bang. Our uncles, man. You know what I'm saying? They may want it, no blood and crip, but man, they was in organizations.
There's money in it.
Man, it's money in. It's always money in groups. If you got a group of people together who's trying to get some money, it's definitely some money in it. Yeah. But just gang banging alone, no, it ain't no money in it. You turn it to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like as you get older, because when you're young, we in it to just. We and the girls like to see us fly, or the girls like to see us twist our fingers up. I like the way we might do that dance, or do that walk. You know what I'm saying? They might like the way we talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we? You know, every girl like a bad boy. So you know what I mean. So to us, you know what I'm saying? We just doing it.
There was rewards. For
it was rewards for being.
Hey, Paul. Y'all ever seen that movie Gangs in New York with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yep.
That's where gangs originally started from. When people started coming from Europe, and a lot of them were in New York City, and it was inadequate housing. It was few opportunities for employment, and it caused groups of people to click up together and start criminal activities. Right. And the truth of the matter was, the first gangs in America were the Polish, the Irish, and Italian. They weren't black people.
Right.
They were totally opposite. And
It was the
then
mob.
yeah,
The mob.
it
That's
was,
what.
but it
That's what we
wasn't.
used
It
to hear
wasn't
when we
black
were young.
people.
The mob. And we
It wasn't black people. And then
Yep.
they turned their gang affiliation into politics.
Right.
Because if you watch the movie Gang in New York, gangs of New York, they were using their gangs to get political influence.
That was the older guys, huh?
Right.
That was the
OG.
first gangs. That was the
Right.
first gangs of America. And then in the 60s, in the 1960s, in our neighborhoods and in the black communities, gangs were positive. Gangs
Right.
were used because the police,
Helping
the
people.
law enforcement were beating up on African Americans, and they got together and started protection. They had different names. They weren't called Bloods and Crips. They were called like the
Panthers.
businessmen.
Black Panthers, Black Power.
Yup, Black Panthers
Yeah,
came,
the black,
and
yeah.
they were
was
giving
helping.
food. They were feeding children. They were
Right.
doing very positive
Like Black
things.
Wall Street.
I
That was the
studied
gang.
that. I've studied that.
Yeah,
Black
you
Wall
studied that, Caleb. I
The
studied that
gang
today
fed
too,
the
man.
community.
Yeah.
The gang
Yeah,
fed
it
the
was a
community, open up child care for people that didn't
yeah.
thing. And then it turned wrong somehow we got misled. Because when it started
Because
out,
I'm gonna tell you, Caleb. I'm gonna tell you why. Drugs were introduced into the neighborhood. Drugs
Right.
were in the neighborhood, and then the gangs turned more about money and territory. And
Right.
Because they couldn't get no job.
It was a natural distribution.
And as a black man, you can't get no
yeah,
job.
the natural distribution.
You
It
can't-
changed.
You know, you got degrees, they don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
If you is on a job, the white man, the leader, they the lead, they the CEO, they the first in command. We just the worker. So you know what I'm saying? We ain't like that. We ain't.
So we created our own.
Yeah, so we
It
created.
was limited. It was limited
feed in.
opportunity. It was limited
So-
opportunity for financial growth, basically.
And that's what these guys need to get back to now. Going in 2021, it got chaotic. Now gangs, everybody want to be Bloods, everybody want to be Crips, and now it really is about violence. It is beef, and
It
ain't
is.
no gang. You don't see no group of Bloods walking the street, feeding the community, helping out with child. You don't see that.
They more about fashion
violence,
now.
Yeah, fashion and violence,
Yeah.
and getting money, getting rich or die trying. And it take the bigger homies to go back and show them, man, y'all going wrong.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
they-
EME is doing that.
Yeah, that's what
do
EME
that.
is. Yeah,
Shoot, we
this
feed,
a
we
positive
feed the
gang.
community.
People can
We
look it up as
pass
a
out.
gang.
We pass out stuff. Yeah, we do. It is a group of Bloods that do that. Yeah, it is.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
So Little Rock's been violent, 80s, 90s, it started really,
70s.
and we've been violent for a very long time. And it really kind of, with the pandemic and everything, I mean, we are really seeing an increase
Right.
Right.
in violence, but it's only in certain neighborhoods in Little Rock.
Right.
Right.
So
Yep.
is this gang affiliated, or, I mean, what's going on?
I ain't gonna say, man.
I don't think
Everything gang affiliated when it comes to black people. You know what I'm saying? Like we in cliques. We grouped up. We tribing. You know what I'm saying? Like gang, like a tribe to us. You know what I'm saying? Like this our neighborhood. This our tribe. This our culture. This what we believe in. So now gangs is really a way to get money though, because like gangs can also, like, even when it comes to music, you know what I'm saying? Man, being in a gang can get you a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And feed your family. So people are fighting for position. You know what I mean? It's just all about fighting for positions, kind of, what the world do. You know what I mean? But we just doing it on another level.
Now I would say the problem is we living in a world where it's a fashion world,
Yeah.
and everybody it's about money. A lot of
It's
killings
about
that's
money.
been going on in the streets been because of other people robbing people. They come back and kill you, but at the end of the day, it's because a person wants something. A lot of young black men today are not getting up, going to work, are not trying to get business. This is not that. We live in a lazy generation of young black men. I'm speaking on my people. It's a lot of lazy young black men that don't want to get up and get jobs, that don't want to get out there and create business, the stuff that we're trying to teach them now. So they got so much time on their hand. So they see this brother with a lot of money, and instead of finding out what he doing, they're gonna rob him. Instead of, because he ain't from my
Stupidity
hood,
stuff.
no way. It's just your boy. Now he ain't from my hood, so I'm gonna rob him. Let's take it.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in this world. And a lot of stuff, people get into it with people, and instead of working stuff out, instead of fighting like we used to back in the day, we're gonna kill him. People
But
ain't
they
fighting
can't-
no more.
they can't
It's so
fight no
many
more.
different reasons why this stuff is going on, because I'm out here and I see people killing for robbing. I see people killing because he was into it. He hit my sister, so I'm finna blow his brains out. He did it. It's just so much. Everybody violent. We ain't looking at each other as brothers no more. And it's bloods and bloods. It ain't Crips killing a blood. It's bloods killing each other down here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's a lot of bloods killing each other.
I don't think it's not necessarily gang violence like Caleb said, Crips against blood. I think it's more like cliques against other cliques.
Yeah,
I think it's like you said,
friends against friends, partners against partners. That's what it is now.
But it's different groups inside of gangs.
Okay.
Like you could be from okay, you could be from the East End, and your clique in the East End be from with another clique in the East End.
East End, right?
It's the same. It's exactly what Caleb's saying.
I mean, you've got a disintegration now of what you had in the 90s, which would be a neighborhood had a gang,
right?
Crip affiliated or blood affiliated, Viceroy or what. But now you're seeing a disintegration of that
because we done lost control. Like it ain't, when I stepped out the porch, I swear the older guys had control. You know what I'm saying? And now they don't. You know what I mean? And it came like that, I think, because back in the days, the older guys had to make decisions on young people. So you know what I'm saying? And because young people be doing things, that's detrimental to our neighborhood that mess up the business.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Mm-hmm. So older people would discipline the young man, the young people. And now it done got to the point where the young people like, nah, we forget it, but they done got deeper. You know what I'm saying? And when you're young, it's a bunch of kids, and it ain't that many older guys. Maybe one older guy. They done lost the structure.
Where are the old guys?
Man, prison, dead.
Or they just scared. Just don't say nothing. They don't say
just
nothing.
like me. I like me trying to change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to do.
And a lot of people change, and they don't come back to help. They just change and move around, which ain't nothing wrong with it. And that's the way you want to live your life, to leave or get out the hood and look back no more. Hey, that's what we taught. Like the man packed the stuff from Sodom and Gomorrah. He told Lot, don't look back. Don't look back and just go. So that's how a lot of people do. They don't want to look back. I mean, I came from there and I got it. But when you got a heart, and we really got a heart for your hood and your community, man, you gonna want to help. Like me personally, I'm tired of seeing brothers die.
That's a gang mentality.
In a generation where we fought. I can remember years ago where we didn't think about bringing no gun on no scene. We just gonna fight, and then brother, I can see you the next day, and that's it. We fought. You whoop me, I whoop you. But now in this generation, everybody, you see so many young boys, 15, 16, toting big drum, big guns, man. It's a whole nother generation. Like, and they killing each other. That's what it's about. That's what makes you tough. That's how they say, I ain't fighting, I'm killing, I'm shooting. That's their mindset. This generation
he was taught. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was taught.
We also understand, Turk, that there's no code of conduct and there's a lack of respect.
It ain't no rules. There
are no rules. It's a wild west.
Yes,
you do what you feel. Ain't no leadership. There is no leadership where a young person be like, say, "Oh, gee, man, I would think about doing it." He'll be like, "Nah, man, this is what we do in our hood. This is how we do. We got it written down in the code of conduct, Article 5, Section 10, Verse 3, that you don't do that, what you want to do." There's no code of conduct. There's no organized way. And then young people are scared to get disciplined. No violations. There are no more violations.
Right.
Back in the day, if you broke a rule, they put you in a circle and we whooped your ass and you got your mind right.
But that's because the big homie is not in control no more. Like, it's not structured no more. They forgot about it. It is rules to this, but
they don't act like
when it came to Bloods and Crips, man, we renegades. You know what I'm saying? We had
flip-flopping down here.
We didn't have like Lyft, and we didn't have like BDs and Vice Lords and GDs. They got Lyft, and they got a book of code. You know what I'm saying? We renegade. We don't have that.
But we need that though.
We lost it with our big homies, so we mostly getting taught what to do. You know what I'm saying? And now we getting taught by somebody who, man, like when I grew up, man, a lot of our guys in our neighborhood, man, they was vicious. You know what I'm saying? They was violent. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of people get took down in their neighborhood growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dangerous to be from there. And that was coming from big homies. You know what I'm saying? That was coming from people older than you. Like, we could, like, if we go do something stupid, you know what I'm saying, and it jeopardize them boys and they get money, we might get disciplined. Because I seen plenty of my homeboys get man, they got to beat up. Our big homies beat us up,
got
bro.
beat down.
Like, they beat us. like to where you be like, hey, you're supposed to do that, but but I kind of now look at us today though. Our little
Yep.
homies still kind of got sense. You know what I'm saying? They still kind of got their structure because of how hard our big homies, they was on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's dangerous in it, but man, sometimes the discipline is where is the
It's
rap.
needed.
What to do.
Sometimes you need tough love, brother. Sometimes.
So let me ask you a question. Y'all been talking, around the violence in Little Rock, and you've got ideas on like a peace treaty, but who would so talk to me a little bit about how do you now move to try to get control and stop some of the violence that's going on?
It takes men just like us we're from the south side. It takes men from the west side. It takes men from the east end, north side. And when I say men that got respect out here. Like my brother named Ron Bell, Charlie Mack named Ron Bell, Charlie Rock, people know us. Caleb Ron, but people know us. We was leaders in that community. No matter how a person want to say that, they know us. Our name ring around the south. So for us to stand up and get something really together and get the community together. When I say community, I mean all these communities together and go, it would take that and them to see that. We ain't gonna be able to get everybody, but a lot of people would really follow if a lot of brothers was doing what we doing and really stand up.
Yep.
A lot of people are just talking, but they really ain't tired of it because they would take this stand too. We ain't the only one get access to a podcast and talk about stopping violence, but everybody ain't gonna do that because some people
Right.
like this. Some people are stuck in their ways and they like this, but that's what it really take for men to come together and do it.
Like
Just
you
make
say,
peace. To make peace with one another.
It's gonna take the want, bro. Like it's gonna take. For right now, if we want to do it now, we gotta target it the people who want to change their neighborhood.
Right.
So at the beginning stage, we go look for people who want to better their neighborhood,
Right.
and
it is
them
something.
people got to get together and start making a movement of their own and show. It's kind of like building another game. I ain't saying
Right.
switch
I'm
your bet,
positive.
but come over here and
Right.
get with these some people who own what you own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because right now, that's what's wrong in gangs now. Our kids is mixing. You got good kids with good parents mixing with kids that ain't got
Bad
no
parents.
parents.
Right.
You know
Leading
what I'm
the
saying?
wrong way.
Who mission is who we don't know what's going on in their mind because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what done happened in the past. We don't know what their family done did. We don't know how God working with these children, what tribulation he putting people through, but they mixing with kids. Like right now, I'm in a situation where my son getting influenced. You know what I'm saying? But he is an influencer too. So you got influencers, which is followers and other followers, and they all just following each other. A group of kids that's 14 and 13, 11. You know what I'm saying? Like the 11-year-old is the leader. You know what I'm saying? Now,
That's crazy.
14 get led by somebody that's 11. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Because the 11-year-old mind strong.
In my days, man, it worked like
It
grandpa.
work like that.
It worked like daddy. It worked like uncle. It worked like brother. It worked like 2 years would matter. Like if I'm 13 and my big cousin 15, that matter. 1 year, that matter. I gotta listen to him because he 1 year older than me because he gonna see something that I ain't gonna see because he been there and he done that and he done experienced though. He leveling up. And that's what's going on out here with a lot of our kids, man. They mixing and they mixing. It ain't they lane. They mixing in with other people that they're not supposed to. And if they can just get broke away and put aside like this, your real homeboy over here, you don't have to hang with this guy because you scared of him. A lot of people hang with us because they be scared.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of friends. They were my friends because they were scared of him.
My sister.
And as soon as they got a chance to cross my back, boom, boom, boom. That's how it happened. Right. Because they was up under me for the scary reasons from the jump anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I let that. You know what I'm saying? As a person, I let that, I slip. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pay attention.
You learn.
You know what I'm saying? You live and learn.
And what I think it's a mix of what both of those my brothers are saying. I think it's the kids mixing, and it's also what Caleb said. I think the older men with influence in their community, if you got a reputation, if it's a bad reputation, change it to a good reputation.
Right.
That's how you make a change. It's by you change. The whole mission statement of Empower My Environment is changing your mindset. And once you change your mindset, your actions will follow. So you could have been the worst guy in the past, but when you change your mindset, people notice that and people respect that. Then you use your power and your platform for good. We are not the only ones in the city of Little Rock that should be talking about peace treaties, changing the environment, changing the streets. We shouldn't be the only ones. Our doors should be getting torn down from brothers from other sets and other neighborhoods joining with us, and we making this thing possible. That's the problem. We don't have enough people who have enough sense or who have enough courage to step up and say, man, I'm with what they talking about. Instead of sitting behind closed doors and saying, oh, I like what they doing, and ain't doing shit. They ain't saying nothing. There's a problem to me. There's a problem.
If I got some friends that and we wanted to try to help, you know what, could we sign the peace treaty?
Right.
I mean, yeah, you could.
Personally, yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could, because we need peace with y'all too, especially when it comes to the high level in our elites, because our gangs, the elite
White
been the
gangs too, just be regular. Some white boys around.
No, I'm not in a gang.
No, I'm saying the elites and the community and the higher ups been beefing for a while, like through jobs, through
economic,
you know
financial,
what I'm saying? Through
all
life,
of that.
bro.
So I've grown up here in Little Rock, and I'd say an observation that I have of my hometown is that, you know, within our school board and within our city board, there's been a lot of conflict. I don't think that's unique to Little Rock, but it's definitely Little Rock, right? And a lot of it runs along racial lines.
Right. All of it run racial.
All of it's run racial.
Right. And if you go back and to be technical, since this is brought up, you know, I wasn't going to speak on that, but because, you know, if you go back and back, the KKK is a gang. It just didn't put a name on it. That's a gang. Gangs been around.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Gangs been around a long time, and black people created their gang. Whites had their gang. The Mexican, the cartel, everybody got their gangs, but it's going wrong.
Even the mob.
It shouldn't have been like that. Somehow all that stuff went wrong. It's all been violent. It should be like that.
But it's different. It's different with us because we more black on black crime.
Yeah, we black on black.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Mexican dog. I went to Dallas.
Oh yeah, they do.
I went to Dallas, Texas.
They on play.
About 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I went to my first Mexican bar. Like all Mexican bar. Like black people don't go in their bars. You know what I'm saying? We don't go in Mexican bars, and you know, because we know what's up. Everything gang feel. We stay in our lane. They stay in their lane. But I got invited, and I went to my first Mexican bar club. So in this club, I watched these people, different gangs. They clicked up these different gangs in this club, but I watched them come in there with their children. I mean, it's with strollers. I mean, with they walk in their club, a real club. They walked in there with the baby carriage, walked to the back through a baby party in a real turned up club like we do. I was like, man, how? You know, I was like, man, no, man, I wouldn't dare take my kid to one of our clubs, but the level of respect, because we ain't like that.
Right.
Like they got more respect for themselves. They still go up under. They still got their structure. They you know what I'm saying? They got their structure, and they and they hold they that's what they can do. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Like our system is broke down. We completely tore apart to where we against each other. And that's what's on these streets right now. Like our black people, we think we gotta compete with each other. We done turned competition into some straight enemy stuff. Like we ain't like, man, you gotta go. Like all us.
But I don't believe in black on black crime. I don't believe in the word. I don't believe in the word black on black crime because it's not true. I think it's a media propaganda. Because
man, that is true.
Yeah,
it's not true. And let me explain.
Black crime.
Man, let me talk, man. I just let you talk. I'm gonna tell you
man,
why
black on black
crime is a propaganda. White on white crime. Why don't you hear about that? Why don't you hear about Hispanic on Hispanic crime?
Because they not killing each other at a rate like that, bro.
Let me talk. I just
let you talk.
No, you're not.
I'm telling you. But
no,
I'm telling you that they're not killing each other.
Let me finish my sentence, and then I'll let you finish yours.
Okay.
Thank you.
Finish your sentence. Then I'm
white on white crime is never talked about, but black on black crime is talked about. No
Right.
Hispanic on Hispanic crime is ever talked about. No Asian on Asian crime is ever talked about. None of that. You know why?
Right.
Because there are people who are around each other that live in the same area commit crime against each other. White people that live around white people commit crime against white people. Asians that live around Asians commit crime against Asians that live around them. Black people, the reason that it's so-called black on black crime is because black people live in close proximity of each other. That is the
When
case.
the last time your homeboy pulled up and shot your other home? When your homeboy pulled up and shot your homeboy house up?
Hadn't happened in my neighborhood.
When you watch your neighbor around the corner in your neighborhood roll over to the next block and hit the other block with the kids and all at the park and shit.
Hadn't happened.
They ain't doing it. We doing it. We killing each other every day.
No.
Every day. We just pulled up at the park and slaughtered some kids at the park, bro. Like we was terrorists. Like we terrorists, bro. And that's what we doing to ourselves. It's black on black crime. And that's what we doing to ourselves, bro. And that's what we gotta stop in order to get ahead.
I get what he's saying. I get what both of y'all are saying. Now, me being a black man, personally, I see a lot more black on black crime because I'm a black man.
Exactly.
I'm sure ran down neighborhood, trailer trash neighborhoods, whatever. I'm sure it's a lot of killing over there too, though.
Exactly.
I can only speak. Yeah, we going ham now. I can say that.
If you Google,
we are going ham. We have lost the way somehow.
But the news media doesn't. The news media doesn't put that. The news media doesn't put that on the news, though. They don't put that on the news.
Right.
So
they don't put that on the news. They put the black on black crimes on the news. It's the same amount of crimes there if you put it on the news. If you don't put it on the news, it just looks like it's not there. That's what they're doing. It's a media thing. They're putting our stuff out there more than I'm telling you, white people. You know what white people do? They shoot up everybody. They shoot up Asians.
But they're not doing it every day.
Of black people. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just not. They don't do it.
You show me.
You just saying that because it's black people.
I bet you I got an RIP black person right now that got killed yesterday. Yesterday, I watched.
I bet you somebody in another community got the same thing.
Yesterday, they found the black body at the grocery store in Little Rock.
I bet you somebody in another community got the same thing. I bet you somebody in another community got the same thing.
Yeah.
I bet somebody in another community got the same thing and they just didn't cover it.
We doing it at a rate.
But it's because
no, it's not. No, it's not.
It's because
white people ain't doing it.
The big reason is because, and we talked about this in a couple of episodes down the line. The parents go back to the parents not raising their children right, not having mama and daddy in a home. That's a dysfunctional home. So it's a lot of reasons why a lot of boys out here. But for me being around these young men nowadays, everybody followers. Everybody want to be like somebody. Everybody want you come out with these big ugly shoes. Everybody they want to wear them big. Everybody want to be like somebody, man. I'm bringing it to say something like people see people with guns. If my son seen me with a gun all day and he seen all that, that's what he gonna want to do. If he see me toting that pistol, he see me smoking them blunts, drink. CJ is gonna want to do that. But when CJ see me doing positive things, CJ is gonna want to do that. But I gotta let him see that all the time. I mean, I gotta get him in a positive school. I gotta get him in a positive setting because peer pressure is real. So that goes on with, and I'm saying it to say community is what you see. It's what you see. A lot of kids are a lot of followers nowadays, man. They following.
Well, I watch a lot of news. And I see where a lot of other groups are doing stuff. So I don't know about what y'all see, but I know what I see. And I keep my eyes open. This is what you see on the news and what's put in your face. Don't mean that's the only news that's going on. That's falling for that trick.
Hey, we finna Google how many black murders it is.
Stop falling for the tricks.
Let's speak on.
We got the facts.
Let's speak on Little Rock. If we talking about let's speak on our city. In our city,
black on black
I truly
crime.
see black on black crime in Little Rock. I ain't live nowhere else. Memphis, New York. I ain't in them places. But right here in my neighborhood, I see a lot of my brothers dead from my other brothers. But
I lived other places. Okay,
but we trying to help. So
I know.
People.
I lived other places.
We trying to help.
So I got a different perspective. I've lived other places.
Okay,
so that's different. That's why I can say that. That's why I know.
You can say what?
We got to realize the purpose.
You can say you live where?
The purpose.
Because I live right now in the South End community,
I'm saying,
and it's dangerous. I live in Little Rock right now, and they killing every day, and it ain't the white man. That's us. So what is the problem then? I ain't blaming this on no white man, man. This us, bro. We've been taught to. I the white man, they ain't have to be taught to turn on each other like that. They ain't have to, man. We was taught that from the jump when they had the slave telling on the field, nigga, telling on the house, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They was taught to go against each other. We still going against each other in class
I'm
today.
speaking, like I say, I'm speaking on from being a 33-year-old man, and I'm still out there in the mix of these youngsters. I see in my black clubs where I go, I don't go to white clubs like that. These black brothers are envious. They sorry. They don't want to get out here and work. They don't want to raise their kids. They want to sell drugs. Everybody want to be a gangster, and that's what I'm after. I can't go help the white people because I ain't white. I'm sorry to say I can't go to a white neighborhood and try to go stop about gun violence. So I'm talking about my community. Yes, they are killing each other like
every day
around here
at a high rate.
Rampage.
Looks like we got 36 murders.
36 murders. Now how many white on white?
It doesn't say.
You can Google it. Because Mr. Davis Google it and Dora Union.
I'm an African American man. I'm after African American
every day. And right now the statistics is black on black crime.
I'm trying to get these African American people.
Crime and Mexican, they kill each other. Everybody kill each other.
Everybody do.
At this rate, bro, this is a genocide. The way our people is killing each other, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it or trying to help us or even trying to see what the problem is down there in these communities. Right. We completely killing each other, bro.
So if I wanted to help, what do I got to do?
Stand with us.
Stand with us, man.
Like you're doing now. You're already done it.
Just come kick it with. Go find some community and kick it down.
Stand. If you want to help, stand with us like you're doing. Stand with us like you're doing. Continue to support us as you doing, and that shows us that you care. Even coming to the South End community when you did, showing your face in an all black neighborhood like that, that's showing us that you stand with us. That's showing other people that all white people ain't bad. They ain't all people ain't bad. So that's helping along because you can't go to the hood and speak to them knuckleheads. They're not gonna receive it. So you can't do that. It's just you're not qualified.
I got to represent all white people.
No. You can speak
you don't represent all white people, Paul.
You can speak to us.
I don't know that I'm qualified for that.
You can speak to the black people, but a lot of them will have that mindset where, man, you don't know where I'm from. You ain't been there. They're going to judge you off top with your mindset. Right. Just like if I go trying to talk to a whole bunch of hardened students and just speak to them about they're going to be like, man, what? I'm not qualified for that right now. They need to
start getting in the game. Hard need to grow. We need them hardened students in the game.
But they probably do got a game, but they don't put
it. Hey, you got to be in the gang to sign this peace treaty?
Yep. Come on. They come down here and hang with us.
I'm not in the gang, though.
You got
Hardy School.
That's just the title.
You got all these other resources around here. Y'all get together. Y'all create y'all a gang. It's just that simple. Start hanging together. Start doing things together.
I created a whole gang, KOK. I created my own clique. I create a whole gang, and it's still hard.
I need to go start a gang. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, that's exactly what you need to do.
And see, that's different thing for me.
Gang this city ever seen.
I'm not sure Mrs. Chapman will go for that.
Yeah, she ain't got no choice.
I'm not real sure how my job will go with that either. But
that's the life of a gangbanger. We never care about what the job, the life of the system thinks.
But like you said, but one thing about a gang, Paul, it's the narrative. A gang can be very positive. Like one thing we didn't talk about is how good a gang can be for the neighborhood. A gang can help. A gang can help grow gardens.
The only white gang we talked about so far was the KKK, and I'm not down with that.
No. There's a lot of positive things that gangs can do. A gang can start there's like food deserts in our neighborhood where their grocery stores are like a long way off. So we can start like gardens and growing natural food for the community. I did that before with a community. I did that before in a program called Seeds of Liberation back in 2014. And we started growing gardens. It's a garden on 12th Street. It's a garden out in North Little Rock that I worked at. And one of those gardens, they had a beehive. They grew honeybees where they had their own honey.
Some of that honey back in the day.
I did too.
Man, that honey is pure, man. You can make money off of it. You bottle it up. So that's a business that a community can start through. Gangs are in the community, so you can start selling honey through a hivery and sell the money. A gang can be resourceful, man. You can also.
So we got to start doing more positive stuff in the gangs.
Yes.
That's it. Just start doing more positive, build the biggest positive game. That's what EME trying to do. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I even trying to get you and your people and everybody to see we got to build
I
the
got to start a
biggest.
gang.
Yes, we got to build the biggest positive game this city ever seen, and make people want to come join us. Make people want to come do right. Make people want to come go to school.
From the west side.
Man,
Is there
from the
gang
west
in the
side.
west side right now?
Yeah, you got West Side Pyrus, you got West Side Posse, you got the Monroe, you got
But one
Trisha.
thing-
They clicked
one
up
thing-
over
Bunch
there.
of folks in
Man,
the
it's a bunch
thing-
of West Side gangs over there.
One thing is facts though. We live in the world, it's written, it's done. It's gonna always be killing, it's gonna always be violence. We can't change everybody. But if men step up like we do,
It won't
a
be
lot
so
of
much.
men, we can save a couple lives from dying.
Right.
That's just a
Yeah.
fact. People are gonna die. No matter how they watch this podcast, people gonna kill each other. It's a part of life. It's a recycle. Car wrecks, diseases, gun violence. It's gonna always be here. As long as they continue to make guns. Now the world created a stand your ground law. Everybody can go get guns. Everybody got them. So they make it
Everybody
even
can shoot
worse. So
everybody
at the
now.
end of the day, people are gonna continue to die. But if we, like he say, continue to make these positive movements,
That's it.
continue to be real, continue to go to schools and in these jails and speak and just try to be positive if we can in this chaotic world, we can save a couple lives from dying. I believe that with all my heart. But it takes other men to click up with us, whites, blacks, Chinese, and put all this stuff down and be
And we-
positive.
And we
Be
need
a
to
light
show
in
the
this dark world. At the
and
end
we
of the
need to
day.
show the brothers what's going on, man. Like we got to put this in our face.
Show these
Black
brothers
on
it's
black
all right.
crime,
It's
and
all
it's
right.
serious. Like
It's
man,
all
I
right.
ain't lightening up off of that. It's
all
too
right to
much
get
black
not
on
get
black crime.
along.
It is
I'd
exactly
like
too
to
much
find some allies.
Well, I don't agree with you. So you keep saying I don't agree with it.
with black on black crime.
No,
That's
don't agree
cool.
with it.
That's cool. You
No,
don't.
we
You don't.
disagree
You ain't.
to agree.
You don't stay in Little Rock.
We
right now.
disagree to agree.
Let me see.
I grew up in Little Rock. It don't matter where I stay at right now, dude. It don't matter
Keep
where I
going
live
out.
at now.
I think he's saying you ain't from around here.
He don't know what he talking about. He just talking. Sometimes people just talk.
Hey, I bet you we got a funeral to go to Saturday, and because of a guy just cracked another guy in his mouth on Facebook, and the guy on Facebook just went and blew his back out. So what? I mean, what?
Well, people
I'm
kill
saying
each
this
other on
on the record.
Facebook all the time. What's your point?
Black people
your
doing
point?
this on Facebook.
Caleb
all
just
the time.
said people die all the time. What's your
I'm saying,
point?
not the
People
white-
die.
White people
We trying
not
to
doing
change
it.
that. We trying to change that. I'm not trying to argue with
In the
you,
Mex-
man.
in a Mexican
I don't have to
game-
agree with you.
in
I
a
don't have to
Mex-
agree with what
But
you
look,
say.
Man, in a Mexican game right now, if you go do something to any other car without permission like that, then you would get dealt with, son. You would get dealt with. It's laws.
But
in
it's
here.
still violence in Mexican communities or
Yeah,
Mexican.
they
That's what
still-
I'm. That's my point.
It's
I didn't
justified,
say
though.
about the conduct. I
Dog,
said
just because-
there's still other on other violence. That's all I'm
crazy.
saying.
Yeah,
You're
gonna be
pushing the
violence
narrative. I'm
everywhere.
telling you what's
Man,
going
I
on.
get it from your point of view.
It's other violence, bro. Yeah,
I'm not gonna agree with you.
We talking about gangs,
Right.
and we talking about what gangs is out here doing what it do. I ain't talking about no violence because the white guy got up and killed his whole family. We already know that's going on. That was going on before us, before we started doing it. I'm talking about these gang banging bros out here with these cliques.
The ones with us.
How many white cliques is it? How many white? You show me.
I don't know of
West Side
any.
White clique. You show me West Side, South Side white clique.
I think I'm gonna put that West Side clique together.
I see the dirty white boys out here busting each other up. I was in the feds with them. I did a whole bunch of time with them. I don't see the dirty white boys out here clowning each other like that. I don't see it. But I see
You
the
saying black on
the
black
Peru,
crime?
man.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Black on black crime, white
Yeah.
on white crime, other ethnic groups on other ethnic groups. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. We're not talking about gang violence anymore. We're talking about black on black crime.
Everybody
Gang
that follow
violence.
Jesus and love one another. Blacks, white, green, blue. That is
Black
what we
man
miss.
consists of
That-
gang
now,
violence.
I ain't trying to go, but you know the pastor every now and then he gonna get a little religious on y'all. If we follow the teachings of Jesus and love our neighbors as ourselves, keeping it real. If we really did, if we do unto
Okay.
others as we would like done to ourselves, if we
Right.
really push it, but in another way in 2020 to people, that's what change this world. Everything
Right.
Jesus did, the love, the giving, the teaching people, that is what we as men are supposed to be doing in 2021. We are still supposed to be loving, giving, and teaching people the way of life, teaching these kids that is not your enemy, that is your brother. Love him. Do not kill him. Do not kill another black man. Do not steal from another black man. Do not. And when I say black, I'm just saying because we are melanin people. That's what we reaching. But at the end of the day, yes, whites, all y'all, everybody, we want unity with
Everybody kill
everybody.
each other.
But at
But
the end of
at
the day,
this
in my
rate-
community, I'm from the South Side. I gotta reach my South Side brothers and tell
Yeah.
them, man, we brothers. And we don't fell away from that. We don't fell away from love. We just love ourselves. And it says in the last day, people gonna love themselves. Let me not go there. People just love themselves. They don't love nobody no more. And we got a lot of
we
hate,
seeing
man.
that in our
And
culture.
we got to bring that back.
We seeing that in our culture.
We got to
on a
bring that
regular.
back.
Our culture.
It's no love in our community.
Man, it ain't no love with each other.
There's no
Man.
love.
Our,
There's no
our brothers
respect.
so quick.
There's no
It's
love.
because
There's
we've
no
been through
respect.
so much, though. It's because we've been through so
what I'm trying to
much
say.
Exactly.
stuff.
It's
And
an
it
effect.
makes
It's
us
a
so
cause and an
messed
messed
effect.
up, man.
This is an
And
effect.
I ain't even talking about just from back in the day. I'm saying even me, like going through stuff as a child, getting beat, going through all the things I've been through and built me into this person. This stuff didn't come overnight. Like people
Right.
and I just imagine if I've been through this, how many other young boys been through stuff, how many other young girls been through stuff. Then they grow up with this nasty attitude and the way they look at life, but they've been through so much
Right.
hurt, so much pain. People need to be loved. People need to be taught.
Man, we done fell out of
People
love
need
with
to
each
be
other.
ministered to. And that's what's wrong with our
Shoot,
world,
black
man. We
people-
need some real people to stand up
We done fell out of love
and
with each other.
love people, even when they ain't
You
love.
know what I'm saying?
Like this woman first
Sure.
told me, you gotta love the hell out of people. And what she meant by that, really love the hell out of them. Like his people got a lot of hell in them, and you gotta love them
Yeah.
anyway. Even them bad people. It takes brothers going to the prison, go visit them brothers that don't got nobody, and tell them they still love. Pray with them. Put a $5 on their books if that's what something. Just help the people showing love and not wanting nothing in return. That's what it takes to change a couple people in this world. But like I said, they're gonna always kill. They're gonna always thug. People gonna always buck against the system. But it's some out there we can't help. I believe that.
The thing
believe
is, if we falling out of love with each other, it's a cause and effect. We used to be in love with each other. Where did it stop?
Right.
We had Black Wall Street. We had all these great communities
Right.
that loved each other and had business. Where did it stop? It just didn't happen overnight. It's an
It
cause
stopped
and
because-
it's an effect. Man, stop interrupting me, brother.
You
Let me
asked me
talk.
where it stopped.
I wasn't finished talking though.
So I tried to tell you.
Hey,
Where it stopped. You know where it
I,
stopped.
res-
Tell
I
me where it
respect you,
stopped.
man. When you talk, I respect you. Let me get the
You
same
do. I
treatment.
respect- What are you talking about, man?
Go ahead and talk, Turtle. I'm through.
This is why
Go ahead and
black
talk,
people
man.
have black on black crime. This reason. Because we do that and it ain't no respect level because people, we don't understand each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what they doing out there in this city. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
but
They
in
don't
another way.
understand each other. You know what I'm
And
saying? They don't let nobody that when you trying to, you know, they don't know how to, you see, you know what I'm saying? And just keep watching blacks on how we move when it comes towards each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on, bro. That's why I'm screaming this black on black crime and my kids doing it. Man, my son, my little boy, he just yesterday took a BB gun, him and 4 other guys, and put it on a guy and stole his car.
What
An
color was the
old
man he
man
did
who
that
was
to?
putting boxes,
What
a
color was
black
the man?
man,
Black
an
man.
old black man that was putting boxes in the trash can. My son just did this. So I don't know what he's saying. I'm watching my kids fall out of here.
Mm.
I'm seeing black on black crime. I'm seeing black people destroy each other every day. And we got to get control of that, bro. And we got to show our people what we doing to each other. We sitting up here instead of saying the white man and the
Right,
and the
it's about
Mexican.
us.
And no, it's about us,
Right.
bro. I see the Mexican with 10, 15 food trucks, taco trucks in Southwest, all of them
Right.
lying side by side
Right.
with different names, and ain't none on beefing. If we do that right now, we bucks ourselves, one of these people gonna go through and sabotage the other truck. They might shoot the other person up just to get the other money. We crossing each other out on a crazy basis right now. Right now. Like we do this amongst the
And I
company.
can't agree from being a club,
Amongst each other.
from being a club and hopefully one day club owner. I've been to a lot of clubs, and you know, I never hear. I'm just keeping it real. The Let Your Cry Boy ain't getting shot up,
I don't hear it.
but envy, twa, and like that goes back though that these our black people have lost a connection with other black people. It's no love. It's no love, and that's what we're like. We really don't like even walking in. If a person you can speak, a nigga, a black move, forgive me, a black person, a mug, weird. But speaking to him, like, why he so happy for? but you speak to white, but I mean, we got to get back friendly. All that, man, we got to be talking.
did
There's
too
nothing
much.
wrong with being friendly. Nothing wrong with hugs. Nothing wrong with shaking hands. Nothing wrong with telling you to me all the time, I love you, bro. Nothing wrong. Some people think that's crazy to say I love you. They won't even say it back. I got homeboys that I know got love, but they so hard. I be like, love you, bro. They won't even say it back because they so tough. They think that's sensitive. It's gay to say that.
That
Man,
ain't
we live
sensitive,
wrong.
man. I tell y'all, I love y'all all
I
the
know
time.
I'm being for real, but what
It's second nature.
that's
It's
real.
second nature to me. That's why I
That's
was raised
real.
around
And you're
my
mature
brothers.
and you're
Me
older.
and my
And
brothers
that's
tell
real
each
what
other
you
all
saying,
the
but some
time.
people won't do
But
that.
if you living that life,
Some
you know
people
what I'm
won't do
saying?
that. They
And
just
you-
too tough out here, man.
and you living a life where you don't know if you're gonna die tomorrow or you don't know if you're gonna go to the penitentiary for a long time. It's hard to love somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even love your partner like that. Like you don't want to love no man like that. Like it's just in us.
Right.
It's just in us, bro. Like
Right.
man, it's terrible out there, bro. And we really need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like we really need some more black men to
Black
show
man to be
show
big
the
brother,
black
rise
brothers
up.
that, man, we killing each other, bro, at a rate that other other races is not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing it at a buku rate, like
Well, you know,
a senseless rate. None of our murders down here are too much cause for. It's all behind petty situations. Most
Right.
of the time when somebody
fights.
when the mob do something, it's because they done stole millions. It's because he done messed with somebody's wife. It's because he a rat out the USA. Somebody ratting in there and telling the
Our murders
location
be
and stuff.
nonsense.
Our murder's about weed. Our
I
murder's
know too
about
many people
because we
done
breaking
died.
in on a conversation with each other, or even we can get a company together
Haters.
and boy, hey,
Haters.
we gotta watch each other like, man, because man, in the end we don't know what might happen in the Arizona, and that's what our people are doing. It's 19 people run Restore Hope. 1, 2, 3, 4. We done broke all the way up to it's almost been one. And what? That's in our people. You got 19 people, 19 white people run a company. And ain't no fighting. You smiling every day.
But
You
those
chilling.
people are mature too.
And look what we
Those
doing
people
with
are
folks.
mature and they ready. It
Look what we
takes some
doing with
mature
folks.
people to do that. Though.
Our people are out of line.
It
Period.
takes mature people.
They out of line and they need to be dealt with like that accordingly. Because what we done, man, and that's just what it is.
But it goes back.
That's your
like,
opinion. That's your
look,
opinion.
even what you said,
I
because you
don't
brought it
agree.
about Paul. Paul, I don't know how it all started, but I also know that those people that he has are mature people. He didn't just go get anybody. They had to. They showed themselves presentable. I'm not finna just go create no business with somebody that don't know nothing. And I ain't talking about EME. I'm saying that I'm not just finna go grab my homeboys and create a business. I know these boys can't manage money. I know these boys still do this. Why would I want to business with those type of people? You need when you gotta make the right moves when you make the right move. So yeah. That's why black people can't do it, because black people don't even know nothing about creating a business.
If you know you can't manage money, then you put him in this position. You put the person
Nah,
that manage money in the position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You put the person that like that's what's wrong with our games. We mix it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with us as a group. We everybody in the wrong positions. Why you think people are dying for the stuff that I've been doing all my life? All 42 years. I'm talking about I done did it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
You're blessed.
still here
Because you're
today.
blessed. You got a
But I
purpose.
know some
Exactly.
young
You blessed. There's some
21.
people that do the same thing and not here. You just a
Right.
different case.
Right.
I'm
You're
still
blessed.
here.
At the end of the day,
So
you're
I'm
still
and
here.
I'm not you.
Everything
I'm
goes
still
wrong.
here. And I've been
Man.
doing it almost long
He
as
could've
you
been
have.
our doctor.
I'm still here. That don't
He
mean
could've been
nothing.
our major podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential.
You know what I'm saying? And we killing it
That's
off.
what I want to help y'all do, is find out how to
Find our potential.
find the potential.
And that's what we want to do with these gangs and these gangs on the street. Help them find their potential. Help these kids find out what their true purpose is. You know what I'm saying? That's what we forget. We got to start helping people find their purpose in life. They don't know. They don't know. Like I don't like right now. I'm at 42 years old and I still don't know where I want to be and what I'm going to become in life. And I'm at 42 and I'm still trying to figure it out.
I can say at 33 and been knowing it for a long time, I know by even what I'm doing now is what I'm meant to be. I'm meant to bring people to righteousness. I'm not even trying to be on a religious tier. To still be alive for 33 years and to been through all I've been through and to overcome it and see so many people have died from things that I've been through, and to know that the Creator still has me here is showing me that I'm here to help, to make those people not make those same mistakes, to keep people alive, to show people a better way of life. Now, what I do personally with my life, I believe that's a gift God has gave us all free will. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, president, whatever, you can can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
In this world. You can be whatever you want to be, but you do have a God-given purpose, though. You do. I believe you have a God-given purpose, and I believe brothers like us just overcame, and it's on our heart to change. We got to go back and we got to help. We got to
Well, I
stop
know
it.
my purpose. My purpose is to use my story to change the world. So,
Right.
by any
Right.
means necessary.
Help people. Help
I mean, that's
people.
what all us
Exactly.
doing at this point.
Help
That's
people.
why we so powerful.
That's a
and
beautiful
expert.
thing to help people. At the end of the day, that's a beautiful thing. And like I say, to go out there and help people,
Hey, Paul,
man.
you also
Keep
said
people
something
better
about
themselves.
what else can y'all do? What else can someone do to help? It also takes finances. These programs that we trying to do and trying to implement, that it takes money to get these things going. So we need donations, we need investments, we need people that see what we're trying to do and to put their money where their belief is. That's what we need too. We need financial backing.
Yeah, I'd like to try to help with that.
Man, we just need the white boys to build the West Side Gang and come down here and lock hands with us and help us fight these old weirdo evil people that we
It's a
try
lot
to
of evil.
fight. They
Well, I know
evil
before
out
we,
there.
I know
Some
we,
allies.
We need the 144,000 that Jesus talking about coming back with. That's what we need, and that's what we is. That's what I am. I'm part of the 144. So they're gonna have to do what they gotta do with me. I'm here to fight all evil and all that. I'm gonna tell it how it is. Come on, enjoy the game, man. I want to do my first peace treaty with the upper head, man. My guys up here from the west side, man. My white guys. I'm a peace treaty with
We're
y'all
gonna
first.
We're gonna go start an old, middle-aged, overweight, white
I don't
guy.
care. I just want
gang.
friends. I just need some highlights right now. And we taking anybody.
I will talk with Mrs. Chapman about starting a gang.
That's ready.
You might have a hard time with that,
Application.
Paul.
I got
Talking to Miss
applications
Chapman,
right
you
now.
might have a hard time with that one.
Not we get this ready. I'm
But
going to get this ready
but you
on
see-
these boys.
But you see, it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
Right.
It's for a good cause,
It
man.
is.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's what
hey,
we do.
if we teach y'all how to organize and teach y'all how to start a gang, what y'all gonna teach us? Financial
Hey,
literacy.
I'm gonna need some consultants.
Y'all gotta have a
Right.
sign, a color. What that color gonna be?
white peas.
Burgundy and white. Burgundy and white.
Yep, my white peas. That's all he
I'm gonna
said.
need some consultants.
Yeah, we're gonna have to teach y'all how to do it, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to teach y'all what to say, what not to say, where to go, where not to go. Yeah, we're gonna teach y'all a lot. We're gonna start out help
That
y'all
might be
build a
fun.
game.
That
Yeah,
might be fun.
it's gonna be fun.
Bring some allies.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
need y'all. Cause
That's what
to
we
be
need.
bigger.
Allies, man. We all need
Uh-huh.
allies.
That's the problem. We need to get some of these white guys in these black gangs.
Now the problem is they need to take these guns out the street. They
We'll
need to
get
stop-
some
they need to
resources
stop
in.
creating these all these guns. We didn't have them guns out here. We'll see how tough these boys really is out here, man. That's what we don't need, these guns. Whoever made guns, they're the
Nah,
problem.
guns gonna be here. I don't think we can do nothing about that.
Yeah,
no
you ain't
more.
gonna never get rid of guns.
Yeah.
Serious too. If
The
we had
guns
them
gonna
guns
be
out
here.
here, man, it'd be a lot different. Cause that when a man get a
Hey,
gun in his hand,
For
he is
real
so
though,
tough.
look.
I've seen it.
Yeah, he's
When
Superman.
a man get a gun in his hand, he is so tough. You see
Yep.
him in prison out without that gun, he's a straight
Like
pussy.
in New York, they can't have
Not
guns.
who he is.
Yep.
Without that gun.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong, man. A lot of kids are getting guns, 15, 14, and they are shooting adults and they are shooting kids. They're going, look at them boys that went to jail for killing 17. See, these are kids. These are babies. Should be at home. But they out here thugging with guns and man.
Yeah, but they steal their parents' guns. Cause I know,
not all of them. They going to find them on the street.
When I first got in the game, when them
Taking
guys
them
jumped
off
on
the
me and they
street.
pulled their gun on me, I went right then
To get
and
your
stole
parents. But I'm telling you now, they ain't got no parents
I
going.
went
They
right
buying
then
these
and
from
stole
the
it.
streets.
Yeah, they
big
buy them
homies.
off the
Farmer
streets,
came back.
Caleb.
My son did it too. He took his grandma's gun.
People breaking into pawn shops, breaking into trucks. They getting guns from everywhere nowadays, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
so
these
easy. It's so
hell
easy to
yeah.
get. It's so easy to get a gun now. It's like
Right,
walking
even
in
when
the
you
store and
18,
buying bubble gum.
Right, right.
It's
You
that
can.
easy.
So the laws got to change. People got to change. It's a lot from the upper heads to the lower class. People got to come together and really, sit down and think this thing out. That's the only way it's really gonna stop, man. But like you said, finances help throwing a bit conventions, man. Put
Yep.
it on the news. Stop the
Yep.
violence stuff. EME, all that stuff. People would start.
Get more,
and
get more
help,
white
man.
people to join your gang.
For real, whites, blacks,
Man,
all
we
that.
gotta get more
Speakers.
white people to join our gang, bro. I ain't going. I'm
Yeah.
finna get some white boys in my gang. I'm through messing with all this.
Oh my
I'm
God.
finna.
I know one thing though. What we do need before we close out tonight, I am gonna pray for our community and I'm gonna pray for us. That's what we gonna do.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Y'all ready now? Y'all ain't got nothing else to say now.
Okay. We thank you so much. We thank y'all for tuning in. We want y'all to go to our Facebook page, Empower My Environment Facebook page. You can also catch us individually with Antoine Jones, CEO of Empower My Environment Facebook page, Charles A. Benson, President, and King Caleb, King C. Gleason,
The hood minister.
Hood Minister, spiritual advisor of EME. And we also got a YouTube page. So and follow us on Restore
I thought it
Hope.
was a preacher in the jump. Oh, there you go.
Restore Hope of Arkansas.
He
All right.
actually was Moses.
Bow your heads. Creator God, we come to you first and foremost. Want to thank you for another day that you have allowed us all to see. We thank you for waking us up this morning because you didn't have to, and you did. And as well as everybody that will be watching this podcast, God, we thank you as well. But God, we just want to take this time out to just ask you to give us strength, give us help, give us guidance on what to do out here in these Little Rock streets, guys, because there's so much going on and we have so many answers, but still, God, it's just a lot going on and we need your guidance because we know we can't do it without you. So I just ask that you lead us, lead the right people to us, and help us just to make the right decisions so we can go out there and help your people, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's helping your people, God, to become better people, the people that you created them to be. God, we thank you for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We thank you for Paul giving us this opportunity to get on this podcast and share this wisdom and knowledge to our people, God. And I pray that something that we said on today will help somebody, and I pray that other men will come our way crying out what must we do to help y'all so that we can stop this violence right here in these streets. God, I thank you, I praise you, we give you honor and all the glory. Until we meet again, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Until next week, y'all.
And we out this thing. Y'all stay blessed.
Stay blessed. No stress.